Paul, Jess, over to you.
Very much. I do want to take you back to a big shot of Sky 5 right now and look at that mobile home damage right there. Just look at this. This is near Highway 102 in Independence. This was a mobile home park, and you can just see the devastation that has happened right here. We're working to get all the reports of injuries from this situation, but just look, home after home, and this looks like it was a fairly large mobile home park right here. You can see it's a couple of little blocks right here that different folks were living in this area, but there I see from this, I see it looks perhaps maybe just one of those mobile homes that are left. Everything else just destroyed in that area right there. And these storms always just leave such debris. It looks like everything's just been put in a blender when you get up and close on these things. We've got crews there on the ground. Once again, this is in the Shawnee area near Highway 102 and Independence is where we are talking about. And there's just nothing left of these mobile homes, Jessica.
It is just, I mean, you're just in shock when you see these pictures from Sky 5, debris everywhere. You can't help but think, where were the people? Were they seeking shelter somewhere else? Because these mobile homes were just destroyed. Yeah. I mean, mutilated. There's, I mean, nothing left of a home that you can see right now from Sky 5. You see the fire crews there, the emergency crews who are on the scene, some people there. No word yet if, you know, they're trying to find people who may be trapped. We're still trying to get some information back here. We've been calling Pottawatomie County, and every time we call, I mean, they're so busy, they're inundated with phone calls because they're in an emergency situation right now. So no word right now on injuries or any fatalities at this point. But again, this is Highway 102 and Independence there in Pottawatomie County, and the debris piles just stretch on and on from Sky 5.
You saw there that was an automobile just turned upside down in all of that debris. And as they go through all of this, you know, certainly they probably do have to be very careful as they look for any survivors that might be trapped in that rubble right there. And you can just see that looks like another automobile, maybe a truck or something. Nothing left of that mobile home. And, you know, oftentimes I've heard people talk about even when they live in the area, they come out after the storm has passed, and they can't figure out where they are because there's just nothing left. No familiar sights, no familiar landmarks. It's all just a mess.
If you are thrown from a mobile home like that and you're surrounded by debris in one of those debris piles, you can imagine that you are just disoriented. Right now, again, we have a crew that's headed to the scene, so we can get on the ground there and talk to emergency crews there, perhaps talk to some residents of that area, but it just almost makes you sick to your stomach to see footage like this of the damage after that tornado that came through.
And look at how widespread it is. It's not just one little area. This looks like the entire mobile home park has been taken out. I mean, through all this, I've seen maybe 2 of the mobile homes that have survived this.
And that's what I was going to say. There's one right there, and it's just amazing that that one is still standing in the midst of all of that devastation when you just see pieces of people's homes thrown over this area. It really is heartbreaking, and, you know, that can be replaced. You know, we're trying to get information on how people are doing there. You know, can you imagine riding out a storm in one of those mobile homes, and this is the aftermath of you know, what happened?
Yeah, and you can see this looks like this may all be a mobile home park, this entire little square, and this looks like just one half of that is just gone, except for the very lower end right here that Sky 5 is showing you. And there's nothing left.
It'll be
right there.
Interesting to find out exactly how many mobile homes were in this mobile home park. Again, near Highway 102 in Independence. No word on the name of what this mobile home park was called there, but it is just gone.
There are going to be some very sad stories and some very incredible stories of survival that are coming out of this situation. And when you look there, not only are the mobile homes gone, the trees are sheared off. And the good sign that you see there are some people running around right here trying to figure out what they can and ascertain how much damage, and they aren't hurt, and that's good. That's the good part of this.
Right. You can imagine that they are just looking around trying to see what's theirs, but also I'm wondering if if anyone was trapped, if there were any rescues, you can imagine that had to take place here. Emergency crews certainly on the scene right now, but it is good to see people who look like they could be residents or perhaps maybe even rode out the storm in this area. You hope that there are some storm cellars where they were able to get underground.
Certainly, most of those people have probably left that area. You know, anytime, and Chief Meteorologist Damon Lane always says it, if you're in a mobile home park, you've got to get out of it. You've got to get to safety because these storms blow through and they hit in an instant. You know, he is able to track it and tell you when it's headed your way, but boy, when it's upon you, it hits you so fast, there is nothing you can do.